This is National Eating Disorders Awareness Week, and doctors are starting to see eating disorders in younger kids. They say extreme picky eaters can be considered an eating disorder. And Dr. Ellen Astrachan-Fletcher is the Regional Clinical Director for Eating Recovery Center here in Chicago. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's so good to have you here today. And you know, everyone knows a kid who's a picky eater, but at what point does that become an eating disorder where a parent should be concerned?
Yeah, and you know, that can be a tough line to kind of figure out. So I guess the best piece of advice we can give is picky eating can be natural. So a kid can have a bad experience with a food, not like it, and be willing to come back maybe a couple of months later. When it becomes problematic is when that kid absolutely refuses to give that food another try. And then slowly over time, they start deciding that other foods are not acceptable. And so they start crossing off more and more foods. And then on top of that, they have functional impairment, which is both psychological as well as social. So that desire to avoid the food or to restrict from food gets in the way of maybe they're not going to go to a party later or a birthday party or things like that.
Okay, that makes sense, doctor. Let me ask you this. We're starting to see this in younger and younger kids, the eating disorders. How young are we talking here?
Well, you know, that's the thing is for a long time, we really believed that eating disorders really hit at around age 13, 12 or 13. We're seeing kids as young as 10, 9, even 8 or 7 with this new diagnosis, which is called ARFID, or avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. And that's really new to the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, the 5th edition. So that's why I think we're seeing younger and younger kids.
Let's give parents some concrete information here. So tell them some of the signs that they need to be looking out for.
Well, certainly you see the picky eating, but then you see higher anxiety, anxiety related to eating, anxiety related to certain specific foods, and then that avoidance. I'm not going to go out with friends. I'm going to avoid family meals. And so it, again, becomes more and more emotionally based as well as physiologically based.
All right, Dr. Ellen Astrachan-Fletcher, thank you so much for being with us this morning from the Eating Recovery Center. Really good information for us.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.